6:43, and I don't want to hold you guys up any longer because I'm sure you've got other things to do. So we're going to have a presentation from the Girl Scouts who would like to do their Silver Award with one of the parks. So, ladies, take it away.
Hi, I'm Sadie Brown. I'm a Girl Scout, Troop 62536.
Hello, I'm Kelsey, and me, Sadie, and Charlotte Autobotto, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, would like to do our Girl Scout Silver project on the Tricentennial Park.
The Silver Award Project is an initiative where Girl Scouts identify a cause within the community to take action to help improve and make a lasting change.
We are interested in making improvements to the park, which include planting perennials, adding new bird baths and birdhouses, and providing visitors with information on the various birds and plants that will appear in the park.
Since girls, before you go any further, I think in order for us to hear, we move the. Oh, yeah. I think what you're saying is awesome, and I want everybody to be able to hear.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Since it's so close to the middle school and the children's playground, that we hope to get the kids' interest by painting kindness rocks in addition to refreshing the park.
We'd like to add additional seating to the park, such as a picnic table, and also refresh the existing benches.
Everything we mentioned to bring new life to the park will be paid for by our own fundraising. We would love to get advice and help from the community like the Chartley Gardening Club. If you have any suggestions or other ways to improve the park, we'd love to hear them. And we'd like to ask the town's permission to make these changes.
Wonderful. So let me just ask a couple questions. That's okay. Okay, so bird baths, bird houses, no bird feeders, right? Okay. 'Cause you had mentioned that, which normally would be a great thing to feed the birds, but we don't have a way to like replenish the feed and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So okay. Okay. How many benches are out there now? I should know that.
Yeah.
2, 3?
Yeah. And you know, that the fixing of the bench, you know, sprucing it up if it needs to be sanded or something like that. You know, we obviously know that there are plaques on those,
Yeah.
so it's something that we have to take very good care of. So if that's something that, you know, people aren't comfortable with us touching, that's fine.
Okay.
They have ideas for like, you know, power washing the bricks,
Ooh.
with the, you know, how there's like grass in between.
Yeah.
Some things like that. And so if there's particular things that they would need to ask for permission or not touch, you know, we're obviously amenable to that. They will stay away from anything that shouldn't be touched.
Okay. And I don't know a whole lot about it. I've been in touch with a woman from the garden club who was part of the original thing. So I was going to talk to her and get the history, but I'm happy to connect you guys with them. And they're very excited about doing it, working with you and giving you the history and all that kind of stuff. And I think this is awesome because right before you guys had reached out, this was on my target list of things to work on this year. So I had literally the day before reached out to the garden club and been like, hey, can you guys help me with this? And they responded right away. We're like, sure, we'd love to. And then the next day you guys, you know, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I've got another group. And then there were people on Facebook somewhere that were asking like, hey, we need to spruce up Tricentennial and the little kids park and stuff. So they're like, oh, you know, how can we do this? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, Tricentennial's getting some love this year. This is awesome.
Yeah, and it probably gets a lot more attention now because there's all that extra parking and extra space, and the people from school go through the park now. So
and just so you know, for the kid park, which Tricentennial is technically the first part, and then the kid park is the back, which I don't think has a name. New wood chips are coming in there this spring, so we'll have that. We do those every 3 years, so we've got those covered.
Very cool. So is there anything you need from us?
Just permission.
Well, we'll let our other folks jump on. We can catch them up, and then we'll talk about it after. I don't think it's a problem, but I can email you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
If that works for all of you.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. And if anything happens, you have my email, you have my cell phone is on the email thing, so just, and mom and dad know how to do
I think it's
it.
awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, I'm
Taking
very
care of
happy
our
about this,
parents,
thank
yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, and the educational piece is kind of cool because the playground is right there. So tying in, like, they wanted to put something about the plants and the birds that people can look at.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of great birdhouses there now already.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good for kids that wanna
Yeah.
actually check it out.
Oh, yeah, I think this is fabulous, that park, both parks have needed a lot of love lately, and this is wonderful to get it going, and hopefully we can keep it up, and I'll be out there on the backside cutting bushes, 'cause evidently that's other duties as assigned. There's a lot of other duties as assigned here, but that's okay, that's just my email, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Did you need us to stay for when they get here and so, or what do you think?
I don't
No,
think
but-
so,
No, did the recording start?
yes,
Okay, so, yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are on TV?
Yeah.
If they decide to air
Oh, God.
it.
no, I think you're fine, we can
Yeah.
catch them up on what you talked about, and if they have any questions, they can, watch it, I think I get the video recording tomorrow. So if they have questions, I'll let you know if we weren't able to vote, and we can go from there.
If there's any issues, I don't anticipate.
I don't anticipate anything, but you guys are free to leave, like, you're welcome to stay and listen to Park and Rec stuff, but you don't have to, you're welcome
We're gonna
to,
have some thrilling discussion on Cory and ethics.
yes. You're welcome to leave, and we appreciate you guys wanting to do this, and I'm so excited
We do very much appreciate it, thank you.
to working with you on this.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Do you guys need any paperwork signed, nothing?
I'll be back in touch with you,
Okay.
possibly for when we submit it to
Okay,
the Girl Scouts, like officially, but I think it's just the approval,
okay,
so that we know
Maybe
that
some
it's okay.
signage, this is sponsored by Girl Scout troop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
thank you very
Thanks so
much, nice
much.
seeing you guys, bye, 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 nice job, ladies, see you later. Thanks for coming.
They were talking so quiet, I couldn't hear them from here,
Yeah.
and I was like, they moved.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Where is this? Oh,
We got 4.
we're at 2, because I thought Alicia,
Is anyone waiting to come in?
oh, wait. AV phone, I wonder if that's Alicia. Yep, that's Alicia. She's in her car.
I was on and then I got off.
Okay, perfect. So
Sorry.
that's okay, we've got 3, and then Kim should be coming. Now I got a text. Sorry, she's on her way now, be here in about 5 minutes. So, okay. Were you able to hear any of the, presentation?
I
Okay.
heard all the things from the Girl Scouts. I think it's great.
Okay,
Before or after I moved the computer?
I could barely hear them, but I was really concentrating, and then I really could hear them when you moved it.
good
might-
call on that one.
I might have been better off dialing in.
You're in rare form today. That's okay,
Yeah,
absolutely okay.
yeah, I couldn't hear him, I was like, I have no idea what they're saying.
That's okay, I was home eating dinner and I realized, thinking to myself, when I left work today, I'm like, well, I'll just leave all my stuff, why bring it with me? I have to be back here at 6 o'clock anyway. Piece of pizza literally in my mouth, and I'm like, I don't have keys to get in the building. I'm like, and my daughter's talking to me and I just stopped and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I think. And like the brain was going 15 miles an hour before I could like comprehend and compute a word out to her.
This room is such a better fit.
I like having the table for this.
Yeah,
I I can't believe we just put this brand new building in and there's no overhead IT.
Those boxes are supposed to be,
Future,
stuff, yes,
okay,
yep,
yeah. I was
You mean they moved you in and they weren't ready yet?
nope,
gonna-
nope, they weren't. Nope,
What else we have on the agenda tonight?
so, well, Kim, all right, so role selection, we need Kim, because we gotta vote.
Yeah.
Cory and ethics, you two have done Cory and ethics, right?
I don't know, probably
Okay,
multiple times. Whether or not I've done it for the park and recs, it's a different question. You have to do it for all the coaching.
yeah, you have to do it for all the coaching, but you have to do it for every entity.
Yeah.
I think
You
you
do.
did it last year with us, when I started kind of getting this
Yeah,
on.
or I get all the emails.
You guys will have to do, you and Kim will have to do, the ethics test, the state ethics test. It's online, I can send it to you. And we'll do
I
it.
kept getting an email, but when I re-signed up, the woman was like, "I'll send you an email," but I never got an email from her. But I keep getting the one from the state.
Okay. You can probably just go through the one from the state. Does it have a link on it? It should.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, just let me know and I can get the link for you and just do that.
There's nothing on there about attending meetings while driving, so.
I'm not driving, hands free.
How
I'm in a parking lot.
How was the lacrosse game? Did they win?
Varsity won, JV lost by 1, but it was a really good game. I'm surprised that the Old Colony even got a goal.
Wow.
One of our JV goalies isn't the best, but they have to play him,
Mhm.
and that's probably reason why they only got their only goal.
Okay,
But I mean, it was a really good game.
good. Good, that's what you want. That's one sport I don't understand.
Oh, I don't understand it. I don't even think my son who plays it understands it. It's like hockey with soccer, football, all mixed in.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
I don't think I'll ever understand it.
We were talking about it yesterday at baseball and it's like a mush of like 3 or 4 different sports. And the boys can like wail on each other. Girls can't.
Yeah, and there's
But
no
the boys-
there's no padding.
Yes,
They're not allowed.
Really?
they're not allowed to,
Yeah.
yeah. Hello there.
Sorry, I was completely signed off of everything except my phone. You know,
You got a call. Okay. Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I want this plan or that plan. So hi.
Hi.
Hi, that's 4.
This is 4. Okay. So now we can officially start. So I was just talking to Alicia. I
Who's
think
not driving,
She's not
even
driving.
though she's
she's
wearing a
in the car,
seatbelt.
is on her car
Seatbelt,
wearing a
okay.
seatbelt.
Yeah,
All right,
yep.
Alicia.
I'm not driving. I am parked.
I think you may have already done it for Founder's Day, but for every group you're on, you have to do the ethics test and the Cory form.
Didn't do the Cory, but
You did the ethics. Excellent. I can turn that in for you. Excellent. I meant to bring Cory's. I forgot.
yeah, I had my 2024, so it was just easy.
Okay. Forgot to do Cory's. They're upstairs.
How long is a quarter check for?
3 years.
Yeah, 3.
All right, so I can, you know what, I can email them to you. If you guys want to just fill them out and bring them in, that's fine.
Do we need to do a roll call or anything to officially start?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Madam
I
Secretary saying it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, President.
What, I forget the verbiage,
Hear ye, hear ye?
No, something to start today's meeting,
Second official start at 6,
yeah.
Mm.
Motion to start,
6:58.
what month is it, April meeting of the Park and Recs meeting at 6:58 PM.
Second,
Second,
all in favor?
aye.
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 Aye, 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 aye.
They were playing the Star Spangled Banner across the street, I think at Wheaton. All of
Really?
a sudden, as I'm running in, I'm like, da, 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 da. Yeah.
Okay.
Find a flag.
So just to catch Kim up, the Girl
Yeah.
Scouts want to do a silver award over at Tricentennial.
That's all.
What is a silver award? Do you know?
It's the gold award is equivalent to an Eagle Scout.
Okay.
So this is one step below the highest honor you can get in Girl Scouting.
Okay.
They have to put in 40 hours
Ooh.
of work. It's got to be
And we
completed
have two
by,
of them? So is it Kim
There's
on the
4 of
page?
them.
Really?
so
Wow.
they, so like 160 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I believe, no, it might be 40, like all 4 of them.
Cumulative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 40 all
Yeah.
together.
So we get like 4 girls for a day.
For a week, 40 hours.
If it's
Oh,
cumulative.
gotcha.
I don't know if it is. Let me ask that question. I
Yeah.
don't know if it is
The whole
because,
project 40 hours? That's probably what. As long as everyone contributes, that's probably what.
You need to call
I forgot what it is because there was another silver award, Morgan's age group that worked on the gardens behind the LG
them.
and they were there like all summer. So it might be 40 hours each girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, they'll end up doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
And they do all the fundraising and buy all the materials and do all the work and all that kind of stuff. So, they want to do perennials, signs in there as to what the perennials are. I'm gonna hook them up with the garden clubs so that they can learn the history and the garden club can help them with the plantings and stuff. They'll do bird feeders and bird houses.
Oh, not bird feeders.
No, not bird feeders, sorry, no
Right,
bird feeders.
baths.
Bats.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you, because they originally wanted bird feeders, and I said, no, because I can't afford to keep the bird feeders going.
Well, not only that, but we've had some black bear in the area,
Yes.
so.
The birdhouses do need to be cleaned out every few years too.
Yes, and I learned that recently, and I'm not doing that one. We'll get another Girl Scout troop to come and
You
do
know
that
what?
one.
They don't clear out the hollows in the trees that they live in. You know, the trees don't.
So, and they don't really need anything from us. So it's just kind of our approval to do it. I'll run it by Mike just to make sure he's.
Do a
okay with it.
preliminary approval. For them
Yeah.
To present us with the exact, do this, do that.
I think this was their whole presentation.
This is, all right.
It's kind of, I talked to one of my friends who's a Girl Scout leader, just because I was confused after doing the Gaga Pit with the Boy Scouts last year, where it was like a 25-page document that had to be signed off on like every step of the way, and they were emailing me and like, and I had to sign off on it, and Mike had to, like, it was very
Yeah.
formal, and I get this isn't quite the same level, but
Right.
there's no like,
Less liability.
there's no paperwork, no anything with
Right.
this. So, the way I was kind of thinking about it is if we give approval and approve it, then I'll run this all by Mike. I'll send him an email or a memo and have him sign off on it just to make sure we're all covered on that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Motion to approve Girl Scout Silver Award presentation. Not the presentation, the Silver Award to renovate Tricentennial Park. Second? All those in
Aye.
favor? Aye. Aye.
I.
okay, passed.
You pass out the minutes, Raj?
I didn't bring them. I knew there was something I was missing.
Cool. Motion postpone minutes from March?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
I.
Postpone for
Sorry,
next
guys.
month?
I have it in my phone. Although not in the format.
I knew there was something I was not like prepared with.
We haven't had minutes in a long time.
Oh my
from the
God.
Last meeting, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, that
So
was
we-
good.
Yeah, we already discussed committee housekeeping.
Yeah. Oh, we need a, secretary present. Do we need anything else? No. Right?
I don't think so.
Okay, then never mind. We did that discussion on, vote on roles.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we have, do we have a vice? We have vice,
Okay,
so.
so
I'm chair,
Brian
we have
is
a
chair,
secretary. Wanna
Kim
do
is
my vice?
secretary, Alicia or Emily, who would like to be vice? Nothing like putting you on the spot.
I don't know what Vice does, but I can figure it out, I guess.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care.
Flip a coin.
Sure.
I can do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
all right, there we go. All right, motion to vote Emily as vice chair. Need a second?
Second,
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There we go.
perfect,
You get a vice chair.
excellent. Alicia, you're gonna be busy on Founder's Day, so you're good.
Okay.
Just with that, with the, just semantics, didn't we land on clerk instead of secretary?
Oh, yes, we did, in the
so I
past,
just-
yeah,
Yes.
yes. Founder's Day, so let me give you guys a quick update and then we can discuss as is. I had two sets of notes here, okay, so there's no alumni group at Norton High. I reached out over there and they don't have a database, they don't have a person, they don't have anything,
okay.
so.
I'm going to talk to parent boards or others. And I've already found that Norton Library, we can, well, they have all the old yearbooks. And I've left a message for Amanda, who's in charge over
Mhm.
there, about, can we check them out?
Mhm.
And I do have a tent personally. I
Oh,
have
okay.
access to a tent. So I'd have to, I'll work on getting the logistics of it, the
Mhm.
reunion tent. But, I'll need people to sort of man the tent that day, because I think I'll be a little busy with other things.
Okay. Excellent.
You know what occurred to me about Founder's Day?
Mhm.
We should have a booth.
We will. We'll have a table. Kind of like a command post, but also a park and rec table too.
Okay. Emily said she'd man it the whole time.
Works for me.
Okay.
So what does it cost us to set up?
Actually, it's funny you said that. That's the next thing. Most of the groups that we had before, and I think you mentioned this before, the nonprofit groups didn't pay.
Nonprofit did not pay, okay.
Like the baseball group, cheer, like all those groups didn't pay. VFW had a table in 2019. Now they're doing the carnival, so they wouldn't be with us, but like
All right.
they didn't pay. Like all the community groups that we keep focusing on don't pay. Which is okay, but we need some people to
Who's
pay
paying?
to make
Right.
some money to pay for our
Oh.
expenses on this.
Or the nonprofits get limited space, whereas the,
What I was actually thinking is like,
Or
even if we
promote
charge
that.
them like $25, at least it's something to cover our expenses. Cause we really like, that's how we're paying for this, is to do that stuff. So do we need to vote on charging them 25 instead of the full 150 or 250?
oh, for the nonprofits.
I propose 50. If they're a community group, a nonprofit community group,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I would say like 50, 75, if not a little, like 100.
50, 75.
I mean-
so-
You're throwing out three different numbers there.
Yeah, I know.
I think-
I think they have money, so it's not like they would want to be a part of it.
All right, let's go 50.
Propose
do-
$50 for
The nonprofit, Norton nonprofit groups.
Before we go there, let
Oh,
me just
okay.
clarify.
All right.
The way the structure is right now, it's 150 if you're not selling anything. It's 250 if you are selling anything. So do we want to do 50 non-selling? Or 25
Really?
non-selling and 50, or just 50 blanket for nonprofits?
Well, what about the schools, like the PTOs at the schools, are they, they're considered a nonprofit, are they gonna be charged as well, the 50 or something else?
They would be the 50, or if they're selling, do we want to do the 75, or do we just want to do blanket 50 for any nonprofit, any Norton nonprofit?
No, I think if they're selling something, they're going to be making money. If they're just promoting their group, you know, or something along those lines, that's different. You know, I was talking with the rail trail
Mhm.
when I first proposed this,
Mhm.
and they were like, you know, how much for a nonprofit group? Because they're talking probably like an informational booth.
Exactly.
They might do a raffle or something like that. Now, does a raffle count as selling something?
Right.
It's fundraising for
Yeah,
themselves,
yeah.
so, you know, versus selling articles or selling goods.
And I think the 250 was so high because most of that was the restaurants.
Yeah,
Their food,
Mhm.
so they're making decent money. And most of the restaurants, I don't think balked at it. I don't know, I shouldn't say that, because
I haven't been, I wasn't
We
around
had
for it,
20
so unfortunately.
there were 20 booths in 2019,
Are we limited, it's limited by space?
somewhat, yes,
So,
to about 20 or 25, I don't remember how many booths.
so we want to be profitable, but we also want to market like the Norton community options that we have.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we can have two separate areas. So we have a nonprofit area where you can go and you can walk and you can see, here's the Norton cheer, here's the Norton soccer, you know, those, and have a separate alley where it's like, here's your, you know, your burgers, your games, your, you know, things that you play. Because it's gonna be really tough to figure out who we cut, you know, who we charge and who we don't charge, you know, what nonprofits we do and what nonprofits we don't.
One's like
Right.
a community kind of area,
Yeah,
and one's
yeah,
like a.
especially whereas Norton, you know, the Founder's Day is supposed to be this reach out, you know, bring the Norton vendors in and introduce them to the community. So I don't want to charge people $150 and then say, well, I'm just Norton cheer, I want to make the local
Right.
community aware.
Right,
So it's,
I think that would be,
I'm not sure if
Like-
I know enough to make to cast my vote is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, like, do we know if there's a limited amount of spots? Are we gonna be casting, you know, are we gonna be telling people they can't come because there's only,
well, the way they had it in the past was down the midway, so the back of the L,
you know,
where the parking lot is, where the tennis courts are.
Right.
So right back there. And in the past, there was space for 20 booths,
right,
and then they had like the fire department, and then like the baseball had something on the old baseball field, which
Right.
we can't do now because that's the tennis courts. But we might be able to finagle some space in
So-
and around.
I guess my thoughts, and again, excuse me, because I'm kind of, you know, speaking without thinking it out fully,
Mhm.
is can we sell the prime spots and give the rest of the spots to the community? And like, you want to set up a spot, for your
Yeah.
kids, you want to set up your spot, like, again, that here's the spots that everybody's gonna be walking down, that's lit, and you want food, and you're, you know, the things. Because, again, I don't want to tell a church that they can't come because they don't want to spend $150 for a booth.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I'm trying to figure out how to toe that line. So I'm just kind of speaking my mind,
Yeah.
so if what I'm saying doesn't make sense.
No, it's making sense, and that's why I was thinking, because when I was looking back at 2019, those type of groups didn't pay at all.
Right.
But we need to
Right.
make some money.
Well, are we better off coming up with a map and then saying to our vendors, you know, here's the cost for the location. If you want to spend it, good. And for our nonprofits, have the nonprofits in the baseball field and we don't charge them. And, you know, or not in the baseball field, but again, off the center. And
There's only
I-
so much space, and some of the space is dictated by what the vendor might need. So
Yeah.
like, if they need power, they're gonna have to be in a certain couple spaces.
right,
what if we didn't charge the nonprofits, but told them they had to produce a raffle item and we have a raffle table and we keep the proceeds?
Unfortunately, though, some of them might be doing individual raffles. I get what you're saying, I like
Yep.
that.
right.
And Brian, to your point, my concern is I don't want to segregate this is a community event. And
Right.
so I think that it's important, I mean, obviously the food vendors, we want to kind of keep them together. They're
Right.
probably going to need the power, that sort of thing.
Right,
But as far as to put your nonprofits out here
right.
and the main circulation in here, I don't think, that's not bringing us together type of thing.
I think it's gonna be
No.
I think it's gonna be either one side is all nonprofits and the, like, one on the left side is all your vendors, and then on your right side's all your nonprofits, or first come, first serve, you get the spot when you got there.
We're gonna assign them because
Yeah.
some of
no,
them
you
have to
don't
have
general
space.
admission fight.
But I was also thinking we might want to intersperse them a little bit because I'm not sure you want to have like,
Mike's Pizza next to like Alberto's.
yeah, exactly.
right,
keep
right.
selling because then you'll have a massive line, like a juggernaut of people
yeah.
standing in line by all
Yeah.
of it. If you spread out your food, then there's lines in multiple places instead of
Yeah.
all in one place.
It's like doing a seating chart for a wedding.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
Right.
So if we were to do nonprofits that are only promoting their thing, and maybe a raffle, but not selling anything, at $50, then do nonprofits that are selling at 100, so we have tiers.
But I'm thinking about it too. What nonprofit's gonna sell something? Like, what are they gonna sell? Like, if you have baseball, basketball, all of those, what are they selling?
Well,
It might have a
Garden
raffle.
Club might do plants, they might do a plant sale. If the Garden Club
Those like discount
participates.
cards that they sell to,
Yeah.
to local businesses.
Yeah.
I could see
Okay.
that for sports.
Well, why don't we do it, just thinking again.
Mhm.
First year doing this, why don't we just do one rate and see how it goes? And see,
Yeah.
see what the nonprofits are doing, because it's been 5 years since
Yeah.
they've done it.
Mhm.
And then we can put the caveat in like the confirmation, like, hey, just an FYI, prices may change for nonprofits in 2026.
We can get feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. Keep it a flat rate for all.
For nonprofits, and then if you're selling
yeah, and then if you're a
a
business
business, yeah,
not selling, it's 150, and if you're a business selling, it's
250.
250.
Yeah.
Does that work?
yeah, what type of businesses, what would they do that they're not selling? I guess I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I don't remember. There weren't
Although
many
I
of
was,
them.
I was thinking of, the new Norton Ninja. If they were to set up like a demo, they're not selling, but they're certainly promoting.
Right, and
their
I think
business.
that's what it was.
Okay,
Or I
yeah.
think like LL Bean came, and I don't think they were selling, but they were like,
Or
We
no,
have
Yeah,
mobile
yeah,
gyms, you put up
yeah.
a pull-up bar for a local gym.
exactly,
Yeah.
you do that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
selling,
Some-
but they're,
We have
Okay.
some self-help places that might wanna talk and educate their,
Yeah.
Yeah.
local clientele.
yeah.
okay,
And then the selling was primarily the restaurants
Right.
doing that. We do have a limit on the restaurants, not a limit, but what they can sell, because the VFW is doing some sales as well.
Right.
So when we reach out to the restaurants, I have a list of what they can't do, because the VFW is
Yeah.
already doing those.
Yeah. On the restaurant, sort of. I spoke with Ashley up at Flaky Crust
Mhm.
about the whole pie eating. Just like,
Oh, no, they're covering that.
Hmm? Who's
Um,
covering it?
Alec Rich got Goat City to cover all the pies.
Oh, okay, all right, because I didn't know that, because you had brought it up in the email recently.
Yeah.
Because I had just brought it up under things we were talking about when we met with them, and all of a sudden Alex like talking about fire department versus police department, and I was like a bunch of kids lining up, and blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
sorry, I should have told you that, so you didn't reach out to anybody else. So I asked in that meeting that I had with them the other day, or the carnival meeting
Yeah,
at the VFW last week. I said, so Alec, you got Goat City to donate all the pies. Who's organizing this pie thing? And they all kind of went, "Eh." And I'll say it. This isn't going quite how I thought this was gonna be going. So I'm not sure I wanna take on any more than what we've already been charged with doing.
You want somebody to provide and run the pie eating. contest.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have enough on our plate trying to get the vendors.
Yep.
And trying to do the performers before the stage that
And
I,
it's also new, so like we're just trying this out for the first time.
yes, so I don't think we're gonna, you guys help decide, but I think we have our hands full without now trying to manage a pie eating contest as well.
Yeah, and when I had mentioned it, it was just thinking community, simple, and, you know, you have somebody with a PA or a sign up, and you get a bunch of kids to come up and sit there and then, oh, you know.
We should see if
and then
Alec
they-
Rich wants, whatchamacallit to run the booth then, if we can get, Goat City run a booth and have pie eating contests
Yeah.
and give somebody, hey, you won, here's a ice cream sundae,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, that would work out well.
So,
yeah, okay.
so-
But yeah, all self-sustainable.
Okay, so we're gonna do,
And Flaky Crest, she had been on, the previous like paperwork that I had or
okay,
whatever.
yep,
And so she was like, you know, she said, I think they had Table Talk sponsor it.
They
Didn't see
did.
the- Yep,
yep.
but she said, we sold pies.
Oh, they
And
sold pies then?
they did, so there's a vendor,
Yep.
and she was curious as to cost or whatever, so, that will let her know. And she did offer to do like 10 to 15 pies if we did a pie eating contest, so then you could even do pieces of
Yeah.
pie.
We'll let
Yeah,
them handle it.
yeah, we'll let them.
I
But,
just wanna eat her turkey pot pie.
yep, she's welcome to come and be a vendor with her
I'm
pies.
hungry thinking.
The Charisse pie is really good.
The chocolate cream pie is very good too.
Yes, 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 and I like the hand pies.
Okay,
Those
can
are-
we stop?
Yes?
Yeah,
Right now.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Hey, Melissa, whatever happened with the fireworks?
The VFW is still working on it.
No, they've secured them.
Why, what happened? I missed
What does that look for? Did we just get one Roman candle? We're gonna hire somebody to run
No,
out and run
no,
in
it's-
circles.
it's all-
with a Roman
it's all
candle?
So we're not loud, even though it's being recorded.
We're interrupting the school
Zoning
committee.
board. So Fiesta has Fiesta is the company that's running the carnival
Yes.
with the
right.
vehicle. And Fiesta has a fireworks partner. So the VFW thought that once they contracted with Fiesta, that the fireworks were a go. Then Fiesta then said, oh, but you need to call the firework company and set that up. And they were like, oh. So long story short, there was a lot of futzing and finagling, and they got the fireworks company for that day for $10,000.
Versus the 7.
Yes, which was
Yeah.
originally the 750. You're right, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Which was originally the 7,500. And then they had to send in a deposit to secure it, which the VFW sent in, which then they're looking for the Founder's Day account to reimburse, but we can't reimburse it because it's not, you can't do that. State laws and regulations about
Mhm.
money and stuff. So what they're gonna do is have the fireworks company, sidebar on that, they've decided that the Founder's Day account is paying the whole 10,000.
Well, I thought originally they said that they could get the fireworks through Fiesta for like 7,000 because I told them we could have gotten them through Pyrotechnics for $9.99.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they had already come out and they said, oh no, we can get them so much more cheaper, blah blah blah. And then now this is happening, and we originally said, I thought that we were gonna cover the fireworks at the 7,500 to wash out the Founder's Day account. We were just gonna continue, what was it, 2 years or 3 years we had enough for?
Yep, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
So
Somehow over the course of this, it's changed from 3 years, like giving them 3,000 every year to
Mhm.
sponsor and be a partner. Then it went to 2 years.
yeah.
of
Yeah.
being their sponsor. And then at the last meeting, I think it went to, oh no, we're gonna use 10 grand of the Founder's Day money to pay for this.
So then we can only pay for the fireworks for like a year and like a quarter.
No,
Well,
we're
not
done
even.
after this one.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
was gonna say, and what does that leave us? Do we still have all the other expenses?
Well, we
The-
do,
The trash,
Yeah,
the, you know,
well,
signage, all of that stuff,
that's
or are
what-
they covering that?
that's when I went back to him and I said, okay, well, where are we with porta potties and trash dumpsters and all that kind of stuff? And so I don't remember agreeing to a meeting, but we had a meeting the other morning, which I was
right.
20 minutes.
I
late
had that
to.
in my calendar.
Oh, you did? Okay, because I did
Yeah.
not. I don't
didn't
remember.
have in my
I don't
calendar,
remember
sorry.
having that one, but okay. So they called me and they're like, are you coming? So I said, oh, okay, I'm on my way. And so I had asked them about the dumpster and the porta potties and stuff. And where they put the dumpster, I'm still not thrilled about it, but I got bowled over on where the dumpster is. It's behind the Watson property. I should have brought the map. I'll show you. It's kind of far, but not really far. So they said, well, you can get a cart and bring the trash over.
Well, I thought we had talked about too before this was the North Cottage program donated their time to pick up trash.
Yes, and we're gonna call them,
Mhm.
so I need somebody to call them and see, like, make inroads to have them be helpers, our volunteers at
Okay.
the event. And then I was concerned about porta potties for Saturday, and, cause they're gonna have 3 on the triangle into the L. You know, like when you pull in that wonky little, so they have 3, and then there's 1 outside the turf on the, near the midway, where our midway is gonna be. And then there's 1 on the other side of the turf. So that's 5. And I think when they did Founder's Day before, there were 5. So they have to
We have
walk.
a carnival going on too. So, yeah.
So I got bowled over a little bit like by that, which is seeming to be what's happening. That they're like, oh no, now that's you. And oh no, now that's you. That's not us. So this isn't,
Man, I should have went to that meeting.
this
No,
this
I wish
isn't,
we were there.
that's okay. This is common practice from what I understand. So it's not,
Beautiful.
We've made a deal with the devil.
it's not going the way I thought this was gonna go. So then Roger asked me, he said, so, well, what other expenses do you have? Cause there's still 3,000 in there. And I'm like, I have other expenses and I'm gonna have to have a police detail. And, cause I asked, like, you guys are like talking to them about police detail, like, is mine included in there? And they're like, no, you'll have to talk to chief on that yourself. So there's a lot of backtracking on
There's
it.
Like,
lot
yeah,
of
because they
backtracking.
already had said at one of the meetings that all the fire and everything else was taken care of.
Exactly. This is all being bait and switch. So we're, after this one, we're done like paying, and we gave them all the sponsorships. So they're going out and doing all the sponsorships and stuff. And supposedly they are already raising money for next year because
For fireworks.
For
but not
fireworks.
For Founder's Day.
no,
No, for their carnival.
right.
Right.
They
And it's-
basically wanted us to come in because we were doing fireworks and we had already set it up. And they didn't want us to steal their thunder because we had the fireworks and they didn't.
Yep. And they also want to use us so that if someone doesn't want to donate to the VFW, because
Yeah, they're
whatever
donating to
the-
Parks and Rec.
they're donating to a town entity, which is Park and Rec. But
But there's not a benefit to us.
thank you for saying that. Yes, there's not a benefit to us.
Well, I think that needs to.
But isn't that Roger's big thing?
And I,
But I mean, honestly, it's just, we don't have to be, nasty about it, but we need to just kind of say to them, guys, they're all reasonable, nice people. Most. And just, explain, guys, we walked into this with this set of plans. And we've got to talk about, this needs to be mutual. It needs to work for everybody. And
so
how can we do that?
I-
Not you know,
Yeah.
you're not, or whatever, but
Yeah.
how can we? How can we make it work for everyone?
So I think at this point, we're in a little too deep to back out.
Oh, I know
For
we
this
can't
one.
back out,
So-
I'm not saying that,
so-
but we can still talk to them. That's the reason. And just kind of, I think, let's not belly up completely.
Well, I was kind of thinking, let's just make this work for this year. Let's document what we have. And
Okay.
once we, yeah, and yes, push back where we can in
Yeah.
what's left to plan.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily mean push back, I just wanna kind of just, you know, in some cases, they may just be in mode. They're going. And if all of a sudden we just say, hey, guys, remember us? We don't have to do it, you know, in a mean way, but if we just, you know, kind of say, "Oh, guys, we're kind of like, this is getting, you know, one way, we wanna be able to continue this going forward. You know, especially Founder's Day, it's a community event, and maybe just a little reminder that, hey, we're here, don't just keep barreling through.
Well, I did tell them the other day, because they were asking me, how's this all going on your 25 hours? And I said, well, Park
Yeah.
and Rec is a lot on my 25 hours, and then this on top of it.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not being compensated for this. And they looked at me and they said, what? I said, it's not in my job description. And they said, well, you were voluntold. And I said, well, you guys all chose to participate in this. I was told I had to do this as a part of my job. And they were like, oh. So I said, we'll figure this out now. And next year, come July 1, when we're done with this, we will reevaluate and make this more amicable, not amicable, that's the wrong word, more whatever
Mutually
for next year.
beneficial.
for next year, because
Wow.
this is a lot to put on our small committee that runs a lot and does a lot. And to put this, like, this is a full-time thing.
Yeah, and I thought we had talked about that originally with Roger and Alec and what's that other guy's name? Kevin?
Gary,
Gary. And like I like them all. I think they're great people, but like when they don't backtrack, I don't appreciate that really.
Yeah.
And like they even said like they have a bigger entity, that's why they were gonna do the sponsorships and they have more pull over certain things.
Yep.
And they had originally said about the police, the fire, everything. Oh, don't worry about it. We got that covered. We don't have to pay for it.
Yep.
So I don't know
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
police and fire going back and saying, no, we'll cover you guys, but not Founder's Day. Like that's too much.
well, they did say that, like, they have to pay the same rates that we do. So they're not getting a cut on the rates. They were just talking to them more about, instead of having two cops the whole time, they're trying to work with them, and I guess the police are being more amenable about, well, maybe you only need, we'll put 3 cops on total, and you can shift them around. So if you need 2 cops on traffic, we're not gonna pull in a 4th cop. You can pull one of the other cops.
Yeah.
So they're being more flexible on the quantities, but not the pricing, because the pricing is contractual, so they can't really do much on that.
Yeah, because even Alec was saying that like it's the bottom of the barrel, like the low man on the totem pole has to do it. And he was like, I don't know why they don't still do that.
Yeah, they don't. It's whoever picks up a shift. So,
It's union and all of that stuff.
yeah,
Would it be a problem if I talked with Chief Clark to find out what we could do? Because my thought is, if we had Ryder and an officer with Ryder, the dog, there as sort of a community thing, could that also count? Or if we had like the DARE officer, or,
Yeah.
you know, if we even have that anymore,
Yeah.
budget-wise, you know,
Yeah,
could they
Robocop.
sort of, you know, be part of the community thing and count as some of our coverage?
Well, I thought I had heard something about that like the fire department's putting on a display, or, you know, if the
Touch a
police
truck.
department, if the police department is
Yeah.
putting, if it's a police educational event, that like their services are included in the event.
To
Let me
maybe
ask
touch
that.
a truck, we could have a fire truck, a police car, and.
Let me ask that,
You know,
because I-
Given that it's a full-on Norton event,
Yeah.
if like, obviously a
Yeah.
portion of it could be the police
Yeah.
education, like,
Let me ask, because
Does
I've
that
already
count?
started the conversation with
Okay.
Chief Clark, but
Okay.
I will bring up those two ideas and
It's almost like a kill a bird with two stones type of thing.
Yeah,
because fire used to do a display and I think police,
yeah, I remember you had a little garden hose that
yeah,
squared
it
through
was
the
for the
window, yeah.
window, yes.
Yeah, and fire had that house that you could walk through.
Yep, firehouse. The smokehouse.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to them about that. Okay. So that's long story short, that this is getting all like,
Short story long.
short story
Yeah.
long, that this is getting all like
Mhm.
botched.
We might
But,
have to have a separate committee just for Founder's Day.
well, we
And that's
started
my
that,
job.
Yeah.
and then that had 13 people and that fell apart, and then Kim and Alicia are the standing two left with that. But then selfishly, that's now another committee that I have to try and
Yeah.
manage and do and all that kind of stuff. And
we
since
ended
that,
up with too many signing up so that we couldn't get a quorum.
exactly, so we
Is
couldn't
what
get a
happened. So
quorum,
we had 13, but
we'd have like four show
four,
up.
5, yeah.
And then, so I brought them over here because we couldn't get a quorum, so at least now we can get a quorum and we can.
Melissa, I know another woman, that girl Erica I had brought in
Oh,
to,
shoot, yes.
she was asking, because I was like, oh yeah, I have a park and rec meeting, and she's like, what happened? I never heard anything. She's like, I hope they did not like me. I
Oh,
said,
no, you can
said,
tell her, I
just-
totally forgot.
Is that
Yeah.
somebody different? She's not in a car anymore.
"Don't come home.
She drove home.
Oh.
I teleport."
So, so that's the story with the fireworks. They're on, we're good. It's basically a 20-minute show with 3-inch shells. It's basically what you had.
Yeah, for less money.
But
Same
We're
money.
having to pay it.
Now it's the same money.
different, but a
We
different
had
company.
9,000 something.
Yeah,
Now
it's,
we're talking 10.
we're off a penny.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
It's a penny or a dollar, because with,
all right.
it has to.
yeah,
be
it was
under 10.
9999.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, all right.
So, yes, so that's that. Can someone call Cottage House?
So, buddy,
North Cottage House.
Thank you, North Cottage.
you screwed me up so bad on that one.
And like talk to them about getting some manpower for that one?
Sure, do we have any contact or
I
anything?
don't,
No?
I know,
All right.
I know nobody. It's
I'll do
a
it.
total cold call.
All right.
I look like somebody that attends there because I've had multiple people say to me, are you from the cottage?
So mean.
What's your answer?
At this point, I know, I'm like, no, but I clearly look like somebody that does.
just start saying it.
Yep. Yep. It-
I don't think I would say that, Brian.
The first time it happened, I was like, what are you talking about? The second or third, I'm like, no, like my doppelganger was in town.
Yeah, yep, yep.
At that point, I think I would go out and get a whole new look. Wear like a mask or something.
I feel like you're just saying that to me.
No.
She might have been one of the people that asked you.
Do you know my doppelganger? Is he a bad person? Where are we?
Sponsorship and yeah, where do we land with the booths?
Do we have to vote on the pricing?
I'm thinking
Oh,
we probably
yeah, go ahead.
should. Oh.
Me?
Yeah,
I think that we should do map-based pricing, so X spot costs X amount of money. You
But we
guys
don't have a
are,
map
we don't.
and we
And then-
need to get
So,
people
and-
and we don't
and
know.
When do we need it? We need it by now? We
Yeah.
need- Okay, so, all right, so what was the other one? Tier-based pricing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-
I think it was 50 just across the
50
board.
nonprofit, all nonprofits.
Yep,
50 for nonprofit not selling, or just nonprofit?
Just
period?
Just nonprofit.
and we'll see what they do at their booths and get a read on that, and then we can figure it out for next year.
So $50 for a nonprofit, then what was the next tier?
150 for a business.
Not selling.
Selling.
Okay,
And
and do
then
we have a size of booths that we're assigning?
they're all about
10 by 10.
Okay, and then,
and then 250 if you're selling.
250 for a,
Business selling.
Or for profit.
do we think that that's,
They paid it in the past.
yeah, I know, I'm saying, do we think that's enough?
Oh.
I mean, I personally know that I might spend 250 right now. Like, I mean, like, but.
Just to say that you're not from the North Cottage?
You started that one.
I met many a decent person from North Cottage, when I spent my time there. I mean, no, yeah, I'm thinking, I'm just open discussion. Do we think that we should charge more for 250? I think that people, it's a kind of cornered market, you know, like I feel like people are making some serious money there.
My thought process on it, just so you, then we can discuss, was if we hold the prices the same as 2019 to
Yeah.
get people back, and then we can see how the response is, and if
I
we
just
have
think
a
the
lot,
methodology.
then
Yep.
then we can bump it up next year and be like, hey, we kept the prices the same last year because we didn't know,
Yeah.
but our expenses are a lot more this year. We underestimated, and then
We could always put out a survey too after Founder's Day.
yeah.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna say, yeah, I think I should pay more money.
Yeah.
So like, just to get like the feel of it, like if they would
Yeah.
come back or if they wouldn't come back or.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh, we
think
can
we'll
totally
get
do
a
that.
feel from the response of people, yeah.
So that was my thought process, but discuss if you guys think we
No,
can do more.
I think it's fine. I think that, given the fact that we're bringing it back after 6 years, like, it'd be nice to, we'll have a good after actions report.
Yeah.
That we'll be able to look at and say, you know, we should charge more, we should move this, you know.
And I think explaining, like, this is our first one, is people are gonna understand that we didn't know what we were doing.
Yep,
so we can
exactly.
Change things.
Exactly.
And I will say, just on the little bit of social media that I've had out there or seen out there, people are pumped to have this come back. They are so excited, so.
Good.
They're excited for fireworks.
They're excited for
Yeah.
Founder's Day. It just
Oh.
amazes me how many people are like, oh, even businesses, you know, people, Flaky Crust, she was like, oh, you're doing Founder's Day again.
Oh,
you
good,
know.
okay.
So that's,
Awesome.
Now, we had discussed the time frame of it, of Founder's Day.
Vote on that first before we move to time.
Okay, motion to accept wait, no, I do that, right? Yeah. Motion to accept the pricing of $50 for a nonprofit, $150 for a
Profit not selling.
profit not selling, and $250 for a vendor that is selling items. Second,
Second.
motion to accept, aye.
I.
Aye.
Ooh,
Popeye.
she's a double aye.
Alright, motion passes. So then we're gonna talk about the time.
Yep, it's, I was going with 3 to 9 for the vendors, and they have to stay until after the fireworks. They cannot leave because part of the road that they would leave out of
Yeah,
is in the security circle for the fireworks, so they have to stay.
so we just need to know that when they sign up.
Yeah, exactly, and
Yeah.
I spelled it out very clearly in the
So they're,
registration material.
so they're buying a 6-hour window for these
Yeah.
costs here.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can come and set up.
Is that fireworks area from noon? Because I know you said they're setting up at noon.
They're coming in about noon.
So like the VFW won't be able to use that road, because I know they use it to truck stuff in and out of, from the V.
No, they don't, they only shut it down when they start to shoot the
Yeah.
fireworks off.
We can go around
Okay.
it, but at 9 o'clock, they don't want people going through it. We can come in because they're setting up,
Right,
But once the
but
fireworks
once the
go
fireworks
off,
start
yeah.
at 9 o'clock, they don't want anyone going through that circle.
Okay, so my thought is if we did earlier and shut down in time for the vendors to break down and to get out of there, it's twofold. It gets everybody out, all that space opens up.
Mhm.
They're not held hostage until after dark. I mean, it might be 9:30, 10 o'clock that they're trying to lug out their stuff or
Mhm.
load it up and everything to get out of there. So that way, you know, if we closed it, you know, if we ran it 2 to 6 or, you know, or something like that, or 2 to 7. We have 6 hours, 2 to 8. And then they can break down, they can get out and they're not held hostage, plus we have that whole, all that space opened up. For
Well,
see
what
and
it-
else.
my only thought on that is like, I get what you're saying, Kim. And like, I'm 100% like, you don't want to hold anyone hostage, but what if you tell them when you're signing up, when they register, like you have to stay there for the fireworks? Or now, Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong, can they leave their spot before 9 o'clock? And they're just forfeiting not having their time there.
As long, I would think so, as long as they don't need a vehicle or anything to get out.
Right, like if
And
they
you've got
wheel their
people
own
that are
stuff.
breaking down, some that are still open, and I just feel like that's kind of
Like I always do the North Attleboro one, I can't remember.
Kids'
what it-
Day.
kids' day.
Yeah, and we go to the carnival, and then when we're done with the carnival, we go and we buy a bunch of food, and then when we're done with the food, we go and sit on the baseball field and wait for the fireworks to go off. So I think it'd be tough to do, shut the carnival down first, or not the carnival, but like our vendors down. Now that being said, when I've gone to Founder's Day in the past, I've driven and parked on the side of the street, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of,
And I go with Foxborough Founder's Day, which they, they do a whole thing. They do the parade in the morning. They have their stuff on the booth playground, the setup or whatever. And I don't know, that ends fairly early in the afternoon.
I
yeah,
And
think,
they all break down, and then they do have a band comes in, but the VFW is having a band come in.
yeah.
And so,
Well, I think
and
part,
people kind of do that, and then they gather for the fireworks.
I think part of it was to have us open as long as the carnival's open, like the carnival's going till 9 o'clock too.
Yeah.
To
and then
give people-
they're shutting down and then coming back on, right?
Yeah, and then they're
Yeah.
shutting down and then the carnival's coming back on. But I don't think we necessarily want to shut down before, because then if people don't want to do the carnival, then they're waiting another like an extra hour to do this. This way it's kind of seamless, and as long as my thought was, as long as the vendors know, like, you can't leave,
Yeah.
and that's what I was looking at somebody else's too.
I think if we just keep it, like, just keep it this way for now, just to keep our brains focused and like everything simple for us for this year.
Yeah.
Just, put it in their registration, like you can't leave, blah, 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 blah. And then if they don't like it, they won't register. Or
You can't
they'll
expect
suck
to
it
do
up and then next year we can change it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
if every
yeah.
vendor complains, we can do something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my thought really is just after dark, trying to load up and finish.
Well, we'll
clean up.
have the lights
And when you
on.
have mass exodus anyways, because a lot of people are gonna leave after
Yeah.
the fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think a
what
lot of the
we're-
vendors are gonna wanna stay to watch the fireworks.
Sure.
So I don't think they're gonna
And
wanna
then-
leave.
But then to have to lug all your stuff, load it up, and try to get out of there and all the.
Well, isn't that the whole point of being a vendor though? Like, you know what you have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
let's try it, and if it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
work,
Yeah,
then we
no,
can,
no,
we can
Yeah.
adjust.
we got a good rough
So-
draft,
Yeah,
3 to
and we'll
9.
be able to
3 to
revise for
yep.
2026.
Yeah.
exactly.
nine.
three
You
to
can't
nine.
please everyone.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Let's see, sorry, I made 2 sets of notes here, so this isn't working for me. I thought I lost the first one. Piloting, inflatable. So I found I'm talking to myself.
I just heard you say inflatable.
Inflatable. I won a $500 gift card at,
And you bought an inflatable?
at the Park and Rec conference last year for $500. And they emailed me and I said, wait, I think I won a gift card from you guys. Is it last year? Is it still valid? And they said, yes, you can use it this summer. So it's from Busy Bee. Here is Busy Bee. Kim, not Kim, Alicia, you can look at, when you get a minute, Busy Bee. Look at her, she's opening her computer right now too.
She is all over it. She's
Busy
very lucky.
Bee Bounce House or something like that.
Yeah, I know them, yeah.
Okay, and so they have a
Does he
whole,
do jumpers?
they have a whole bunch that are under $500. Now, the question becomes, do we have space for it?
And
Which-
electricity.
We'll have the electricity,
Okay, yeah.
because we've got Nemo working on it. And
Ah,
Nemo will
yeah.
have lights back there and everything for us too, so it's lit.
I'm assuming we'll need someone to,
The man.
the amount of people going in as
Yeah,
well.
we'll need some.
Yeah.
Monitor it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if we can get like, like a school, or we can just like give somebody some community service hours to do it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
some high school kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we could always try to do, I know in the past Founder's Day had that obstacle course one, Melissa.
Yep.
So I wonder if we could find like a oblong spot of grass. We could just put it somewhere.
And yes,
Could something like that go on to the baseball field, the turf?
that's where everybody's gonna be sitting.
So this is to
And
rent or to
it's gotta
buy?
be staked down, it can't go on the.
Oh,
top.
okay, all right, yeah.
That's to rent or buy?
Rent,
Rent.
Oh,
and the
Oh,
gift,
yeah.
and the gift card should cover it.
Yep.
So it'll be free for this year.
I'm gonna look at this very differently now.
And
No,
This cannot be a quality item.
no, it's not to buy. Then we'll just have to make a note that next year, if we wanna do this, we'll have to pay for it.
Most of these are like $350.
Yeah, exactly.
so Unless we
But
order
that's
more
not
than
me,
one.
thank God. We have the same ringtone, I'm like, what? No, don't make it
That's
Alright,
true.
All right, so that's cool.
You guys look at that, let me know what you think. Can look online, I'll email you the link and you guys can look online at that one. Performers, we need to do the stage between 3 and 5, because then they have a band coming in at from 5 to 9.
Yep.
There's Art in Motion that's done it before on the bar.
Yeah.
Try the Ninja Place.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or, personal best.
Personal Best has
Does
done it in the
tons of
past.
things, Right. Yeah, you
I,
had said you had a list for me.
yep, I have a list. I can send that to you.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, we can do the different cheer groups.
They may not
Okay.
have, I talked to them, they may
Oh,
not
okay.
have cheers ready, because they don't start practicing till July for next fall.
But I thought they had competitions like
They,
down to
they
Florida
finished.
and all that. and they're
they
done.
finished.
What about O'Leary's?
O'Leary's, yep, the
Yep.
gymnastics. But we can talk to Cheer. I know that the
Okay.
cheer
Yeah,
coordinator,
yeah.
she
I
said she
mean-
might be able to pull something together.
I think we should have the cheer dads. Did you see the video? that
Yes.
they-
Oh, I can
my
talk to
God,
Steph
it
for
was
that.
hysterical.
I know the people who coach them.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh.
yep, we can do that. Okay, performers, cottage.
We don't still have the, majorettes team, do we? I know Danielle used to do the baton place.
There's a twirling,
Tina, right? She's in Middleborough?
they perform in the Halloween parade.
Oh,
I'll get you that.
and my daughter used to be on the majorettes.
We don't have one at Norton High, but we
Yeah.
can,
Just for demonstration. It is kind of cool.
yep,
And I think it's Tina, right? Is her name? She
I have no idea
yeah,
right now.
okay. No worries.
I have no idea right now. Restaurants, I was not able, oh my God.
No, I wasn't able to officially get it. I just was like, I went online and was looking up, but then, forgive me, I never copied it over.
That's
typed
okay,
it out.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can look those, I can have my daughter look that up and get some hours. I never was able to get one from the Board of Health with the listing.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Of what other restaurants would,
Yeah, everybody who's got a,
Melissa, in that folder, there was a lot of restaurants listed.
was there? Okay,
That's what I was going off of. And then I know that guy, was it Chris that came to like 2 of our meetings? And then
Yeah.
me and him had like a list going too of restaurants, but I can pull that back up.
okay,
Cause I was just going by like what was open, because a lot of them weren't open anymore.
yeah, exactly. If you can type that out and see if you have emails,
Okay.
that way we can just email them.
Yeah, I
for
think
them
a lot
instead
of them, I
mailing them.
just saw like there.
And just an FYI, I only know this because of the SPO for the JCS. Norton House will not answer an email.
Okay,
You have to either go in there or call.
okay.
But they are very generous and they do a lot.
I call them every Thursday. They're Thursday's pizza day in my house.
There you go. There you go. Okay, busy bee. Anything else for Founder's Day? That's everything I had. Any thoughts?
What
I'm
else
missing-
did I
I'll
send
share the
you?
map with you guys.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
huge. Yeah, because I had asked if we had any room for like activities.
Yeah.
Or is it just boom, boom, boom booths, 10 by 10 booths, which Union tent, whatever. It's actually big.
I think there's gonna be a lot going on just with the carnival alone.
Yeah. Yeah. How big is the tent you have?
10 by 20.
10 by 20.
It's an easy up with
Yeah.
the sides.
I have a 10 by 20 and I have 10 by 10. If we need to use it.
We may not be able to use the 10 by 20,
Okay.
only because anything over, I'll have to check on this, anything over a 10 by 10 needs a building permit.
Yeah,
Easy up?
Mhm.
yeah.
Seriously? Oh my god.
I don't know if that's still a thing, but yeah, that used to be anything over a 10 by 10.
Wow.
Yeah, like our shed was like a 10 by 8 or a 10 by 12 and we needed like a permit for that.
Well, a shed, yeah,
Yeah,
But
but
it
it-
tent too.
but a tent.
Yeah,
You
let me,
know, that's,
let me ask.
that seems extreme. I know we like to charge around here.
Yep. You prop the door open.
So I'm gonna call North Cottage.
Ooh, watch your head. That's all I need is someone to be knocked out at the park and rec meeting.
They're very exciting, Melissa.
Well, he went back to North Cottage. What do we want to talk
He's gonna check in with his PO.
You're hysterical. Anything else that you guys can think of that we need to like work on? We need to start getting this out there. so-
Invites, yeah, and
Yeah.
who are we inviting? Who are we sending them out to? Is it just gonna be a mass thing, or are we
It's a-
gonna do some sort of an outreach?
I was gonna reach out to the Tri-County, try something Chamber of Commerce, Tri-Town.
about? You got there.
Tri-Town Chamber of Commerce.
Because we had, just when we were brainstorming before, we had scouts, moms clubs,
Yep,
the rail trail, just because I know them. School parent boards,
yep.
maybe National Honor Society,
Those are the
band
kids
or art
though.
clubs. But,
Those are those
Yeah.
are student groups. I don't think they're gonna,
okay,
because honestly, working with the students,
yeah,
they're not gonna show up.
oh,
They're
okay.
not, it's during the summer, they're out of school
Okay,
and they're not, the teachers aren't gonna staff it, so the guys,
Yeah, no, yeah.
their advisors aren't gonna staff it.
okay,
But the parent groups, yes, I
yeah,
just wouldn't do the student groups. Like the art kids, we might be able to do face painting.
well, yeah, and I was gonna say something like that,
I know Alex,
oh, you said something about a petting zoo. Did they get a petting zoo?
Alec was working
Alec
on that,
was working on that.
right?
Yeah, okay, because I knew he wanted it and he was suggesting it for us, and then all of a sudden I saw it on a map someplace, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we got one?
We back on Founder's Day?
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just asking if there was anything else.
Just throwing the idea out there, put the petting zoo next to a barbecue joint.
You're terrible.
Hungry.
All right, let's speed the rest of this up before he starts to eat
Oh,
us.
and you're gonna talk to, Brian, who do we talk to about having touch a truck? If we can have fire and chief,
Yeah, Chief Clark.
Fire,
yeah,
fire and police, I got it.
okay,
I talk to
Alright,
them all the
cool.
time.
all right, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. If anybody has any other ideas of ways to reach out, like I was gonna do social media blasts on all the groups, try Town Chamber of Commerce.
We're a Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, we're part of the
Tri-Town.
Tri-Town.
Oh,
It's us, Mansfield and Foxborough, I think. So hopefully that'll get us some businesses that wanna come and pay the $250 and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know if we could do some sort of an invite, like a flyer type thing and pass them out at local businesses. I mean, I'm willing to walk in the door,
Okay, but I can make a flyer.
my business hours are not necessarily weekends.
Yep, I can make you a flyer. Yep, okay. If you think of any other vehicles to get the word out on this, just let me know and we'll go from there.
When are we putting the blast out? Sorry, I'm like.
That's okay. It's gotta go out like next week. We're
Yeah.
getting close. I'm just not. What's going on?
Mhm.
So,
Look at it as ripping off the Band-Aid. Just
I've had
rip it
my-
off and be done with it. Oh,
I've had
yeah,
my
I
head
know.
in the sand on that, on Founder's Day. Like, I just don't
Yeah.
wanna do it, so my head's in the sand, so now my back's up against the wall, and now I'm like, now I gotta do it. Yep, now I gotta do it. All right, so we go down that for right now? Okay. Cleanup is this weekend.
Yay.
Yay.
It looks like it's just sprinkles in the morning,
If that,
and rain will come later, so we're gonna go. We're right out here. I can, if you just go over to highway to, because you were gonna do the truck and pick
Yeah,
up trash.
yeah.
We'll coordinate with Jared. Oh,
okay.
you can do that. Are you coming?
Yes, I
Okay.
haven't signed up. for
That's
anything.
fine.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Um,
haven't either.
That's fine. That's fine. You're out.
And we come here.
To check in, yeah. Yep.
Do we
Can
have
you
a
put
map?
a,
Are there gonna be like assignments or
Yeah.
any sort of a map? Okay.
There's
So at
no
least
map here.
highway knows where to go
Yeah.
and we will too, so to speak.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out with Jared. Because usually Jared and his guys just take care of this.
they drive all the way around.
Yeah, they
town.
just drive all the way around the
Yeah.
out of town.
Um,
Which I know caused some issues last year because there were bags being left and people were complaining about that or not understanding what they were.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And that's where, I know like Bob and I were working one area.
Well, I'd
And
like-
so we just started.
from now to Saturday, I think that we should try to get a Facebook blast.
Yep.
Across the Norton neighbors and,
I sent one out
What,
today.
Melissa, you can't send out like a telephone call to people?
One should be going out tomorrow to everybody. The
Okay.
number should be going out, and then I asked,
Really?
yep,
That's a good idea.
Cool.
and then I
that's
asked,
outstanding.
I asked for another one to go out Saturday, thanking everybody and letting people know, like, hey, there may still be some bags, we didn't get to everything, highway's gonna go out again
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, those should be going out tomorrow, tomorrow and Saturday.
In any of your blasts, just a suggestion to suggest people wear gloves,
Yep,
because they're picking up crap.
Did we get any donated?
we got the ones you got donated. We didn't
I
get
was
any of
being
the,
facetious.
we didn't buy any of the cloth ones,
Yeah.
but yes, Brian got, 10, 12 boxes. of
902 pairs.
There we go, 902
Whoa,
pairs
baby,
donated.
all right.
Awesome.
I knew you got the bags, but I didn't know
Well-
you got the gloves.
well, 'cause
Wow,
I got
you
two
got
pairs
it all.
Two pairs of sharps gloves. So if somebody has to go like pick up hypodermic needles, we have
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, so we've
two
got those,
pairs of gloves for doing that.
Yep.
And 9 boxes.
and 9 boxes, yep.
Also, this is just something my husband created. He just took an old broomstick and put a screw or something pointy on one
Okay.
end. So you just.
Yep, yep, that's a good
Like
thought.
a professional. but-
Would you, bring gloves.
Yeah, bring gloves.
Is it like out there too that we do have the sharps containers?
No, we didn't put those out there, but I can re-email everybody.
Yeah.
You should probably go in the cars, like if somebody finds materials necessary to go in a sharps container,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can bring the sharps container to the sharps.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
To save us.
yeah,
We get back from travel and Say's initial response is one thing.
let us know and we'll bring the container to you.
Try to fix it, pack it up and quick. Because
We've only got 2 containers.
Yeah.
I realized that you.
I'll tell you, we did.
I know of at least 3
So-
locations that people like to hide needles around town.
You know what?
It's the television.
I was also told by the fire department that you can use like any, hard plastic bottle, like a bleach bottle or a
Gatorade bottle.
vinegar bottle or anything like that. So,
Yeah, as long as it can't pierce it.
yeah. Anybody have any empty like water jugs or anything? Because what we could do.
I have some water, I have like those 5-gallon water jugs,
Are you?
but I don't know if anyone's gonna wanna carry that around.
No, I was gonna say,
Filled
put them
with
in the,
hypodermic
I was gonna
needles.
say, put them in the cars, like if we could get another gallon jug. And put, if we had like 4 or 5 of those, put them into the cars, and as they're driving around.
Yeah.
They can just put them in the Sharps container.
I didn't hear about too many people picking up.
I didn't either.
No, it was just nip bottles.
Okay, yeah, lots of.
Lots of it.
And loser scratch tickets, and that was just between Barronville Station and Johnstown.
Yeah, I tried reaching out, Megan actually did it, reaching out to the liquor stores, and there was no bites on that one, so I gotta rethink how we do that to them, and be like, hey, another town does it where, for nips, if they have them collected in 5, the big, like, Home Depot buckets, and then they turn them back into the liquor stores, and they give the committee $50 per bucket, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or another town does it where all the liquor stores are sponsors of the event. So we tried the sponsor route and we got 0 like response from it. I was going that route because I didn't want to have to hang on to buckets of nips and sort and separate and then have to take them back. So I gotta rethink that one next year where all the liquor stores in Norton can band together and help support this since we're picking
I
up.
wonder if Park and Rec could put on something where it's just like a can collection drive. And then Park and Rec gets to keep the money after we turn them in.
Yeah,
There's somebody around that's doing it. a
Somebody-
school
Yes, they refuse to
organization,
accept liquor bottles.
yeah. This is true.
And I'm just like, that's horseshit, because like, we don't
That's where
drink
the majority
soda
of
at my
it is.
house, but like, you wanna get beer cans, holy shit, you might be able to buy a boat when you leave my house, you know?
so when you do those drives, they won't take,
Well, this one said that they're not
They're not,
accepting,
yeah, the one,
and
it's
so
a
there was
school
a
one.
discussion, because people like.
Yeah, probably because it's a school, but I mean, we're not a school, so.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, if there's any beer
We'll
left
think
in the
about that
bottom of those, I might just finish it off.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's not empty.
Well, they're supposed to be clean and dry.
Yeah.
Because if you do collect the cans, you can just go up to like I know it'd be a lot, but you could go up to like a Stop and Shop or even Wines and More in Mansfield. You just pop them in that machine.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter what it is.
Too, I think they
Yeah.
have like a whole trailer full
Yeah.
of return.
there's a
things
recycle
like
place
that.
in Taunton too, that
Yeah.
you can probably work with and just bring it
Instead
over.
of
All
having to be.
Yeah. right, let's hold
There's a
that thought till after
redemption
this
centers.
session. Yeah, redemption center.
At Wines and More.
Um,
Yeah, but for the nips, that's different, because they don't have a,
No, they don't have it.
they don't have a return on them, they
exactly,
should,
they should,
they should.
they should. So I'll rethink that and try that again next year with the,
Yeah,
There's been a lot of people trying to push that.
Yeah.
Changing the they call it red light law.
yeah, and
Yeah.
some towns are not allowing them to be sold in
Yeah.
their towns, so.
Yeah. so,
Anyhow,
yes.
so
Okay, so
gloves,
those-
sharp containers.
Yep.
Up
We have-
here, you're gonna be up here.
Yep, I'm gonna be up here, registration's 9 to 10, and then go clean. Bog Iron Brewing is, I think they start at 12:30, you need the wristband, but we give that out at registration.
Yeah.
We have about 150 people signed up, but I think there's a couple duplicates in there. St. Mary's put in a group, to be out there. We have the Science Honor Society of 20 kids coming out. Last year we had the lacrosse team, no lacrosse team this year.
It looked like a gang.
I know.
Walking down Olympia.
A gang of 20 of them walking down in their purple. They were hysterical. Nicest kids in the world. But 150 signed up. I think we're good. Like, I just have to print off the maps and signs and that kind of stuff. So, the egg hunt is the following week. I've got half the eggs back. I'm gonna get the other half back. We've got the sensory session at 2. And then we start at 2:30 for the regular, and then 2:45, and then
The
3:15.
different age categories or whatever.
I got more of the pennant banners to rope off, so we don't have to keep moving the same one from thing to thing to thing. I'll get sticks so we can tie it put the sticks in the cones, so we can tie the banner thing and then just drop it. We've got Starlight Photography who did the Festival of Lights. They're gonna do the photos again with Peter Cottontail.
And you got power out there? Cause that was.
He
the
doesn't need it.
question. Oh, he doesn't?
he doesn't need it.
Perfect, all right.
He doesn't need that. Frank is gonna be the bunny again this year.
Frank.
We have about
Face
five.
painters?
Yep, we've got face painters from the, Norton Art Honor Society. I think I have 3 of those.
Yeah, cause there was a long line.
Yeah, I
last
gotta
year.
ask them again. I know a couple of them. I'll ask them again.
Do we wanna do that as a time as well, because last year, everything was over and there was still a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
kind of keep an eye on it and like, we'll cut the line at a
Yeah.
certain point, like, we'll just have one of us stand at the end and be like, okay, they're done.
Yeah.
I
Um,
didn't get my face painted now.
yeah, well, it's free.
Should be like, you get 3 minutes of face paint, so like, sorry, your unicorn's half done, get your ass up, get up.
Oh, I think I remember to tell the face painters too, like, not
be-
full face,
Yeah.
like simple. Some of
I
them
know
were getting
we
really,
talked about like picking a few set designs.
Yeah.
To choose
oh,
from.
yeah.
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 Yeah, kind of limit your options.
And is there like does Dollar Tree have some sort of stickers or something that we could give as consolations to the kids that get cut off?
I think we're fine.
Okay, all right.
You get them a pat on the back.
Yeah, right.
Go.
They just got Easter eggs.
Exactly, they just got
Yeah,
Easter
yeah,
eggs.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go get, a bag of, the Dum Dum lollipops, and I'll have Frank have those to give out to the kids while he's just kind of walking around or whatever, or as they're doing photos.
Who's Frank, by the way?
Frank Durant,
In
he's
real
the
life.
former
Okay.
Park and Rec director, but he's now on the board.
Okay.
What else? Golf, we've got a new program, golf. It's already half sold out, junior golf on Thursdays.
Congratulations.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I've had adults asking like, when are you doing adult lessons? I'm like, well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Would you be grown up and go learn to play yourself?
Exactly. I was gonna start working on kickball if we think should we do that one again? Should we float that again? We have like 20
Kickball?
people, yeah,
I think it might be worth it.
okay,
I didn't do it, but I might try this year.
all right, excellent, Thursday nights. And just to cap off the department update is sponsorships. I floated it out there in January, just kind of social media posts and that kind of stuff. $57.50.
Really?
Cannabis.
Yeah.
1,500 for the basketball program, because that's adults, so that's the one they could do, that's the largest sponsorship. 7 at 500, which surprised me. Those are a sign at the pool and a sign at one of the events. And then 4 straight signs at the pool, so way more. Last year we had 2,300, and the year before we had 750.
All right. Slight improvement.
Yeah.
Slight improvement,
I
so.
like the way it's going.
So we're good on that. Town yard sale, I think we're up to 5 on that one. But it's far away, so I got another
Yeah,
post going out this weekend. Kind of like, hey, did you start your spring cleaning? Good, you got treasures? Good,
Yeah.
put them out with
I
this.
think that's gonna,
Yeah, so
I've
we
got
got,
people ask about it.
oh, did have you?
Yeah.
Excellent. That's spring egg hunt.
After the town cleaned up day, you should put a teaser out.
For,
Like, hey, we got a Norton yard sale day coming up.
yep,
No, just
Well,
like,
we have some flyers for Saturday and pass them out.
oh, yes, I took some flyers up on Saturday, yep, okay. All right, what else we got? Now it's open. Anybody else have any thoughts, comments? You wanted to bring something up.
I'm just hungry.
Did you have anything to bring up in open session?
Future meetings, we should serve food.
I thought you did.
Maybe. Like,
You're just just gonna wait on it, okay, we're good.
well,
Anything else?
Oh,
Alicia, anything else?
No, I think we're pretty good.
Kim, anything else?
No, oh, quick question, Alicia, how did you make out with setting up, Chateau fundraiser?
I put out the email to Marge. I'm waiting for her to call, email me back.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
But nope, that's it. That was-
Good call on that. Excellent. All right. Do your thing.
motion to adjourn?
Second.
Aye,
Motion.
aye.
We got Popeye. Aye,
Aye.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
thank you.
Thank you.